You don't need to feel calm to stay here. You don't need to understand anything yet. If you're listening right now, there's a reason you paused. Maybe your mind has been loud. Maybe it's been strangely quiet. Maybe you've been moving through the day on autopilot, not sure what you're bracing for, only that you are. This isn't about convincing you that everything is fine. It's about slowing down long enough to notice what is not threatening you in this moment. Just enough to breathe without checking over your shoulder. If you've been carrying a low-level tension for a long time, there's nothing strange about that. Many people learn to stay alert because at some point, being alert mattered. It kept things from getting worse. It helped you get through days that asked too much. So if your body hasn't relaxed yet, that isn't a failure. It's a memory of effort, and it doesn't need to be erased to be understood. You're not weak for wanting reassurance. You're not behind for needing a pause. Even the need to listen to something like this is a sign that part of you is trying to create safety, quietly, without drawing attention. Nothing is expected from you here. You don't have to feel better. You don't have to agree with every word. You're allowed to just be present, exactly as you are, for these moments. When the word protected comes up, it can feel unrealistic, like something that belongs to a different kind of life, or a promise that never quite held. So let's slow that word down. Here, it doesn't mean nothing bad can happen. It doesn't mean everything is handled. It doesn't mean you're suddenly safe forever. Protected in this moment can mean something smaller. It can mean there is a limit to what's reaching you right now. It can mean the floor is holding your weight. The air is steady enough to breathe. The sounds around you are familiar. It can mean that for these few minutes, nothing is asking you to decide, respond, or defend yourself. No one needs an explanation from you. Nothing is being demanded. Protection doesn't always look like strength. Sometimes it looks like a pause, a boundary you didn't have to fight for, a moment where your nervous system isn't being challenged further. That kind of protection is quiet, and it's already here. Your body notices safety before your thoughts do. Not in dramatic ways, in small, almost unnoticeable signals. The way your breath doesn't have to be held right now. The way your shoulders might drop a fraction, even if you didn't tell them to. The way the surface beneath you stays steady without asking anything back. You don't have to search for calm. You don't have to force your body to relax. Just noticing that you are here is enough. There is a difference between danger and discomfort. Your body knows that difference, even when your mind is unsure. And in this moment, it may already be picking up on ordinary signs that nothing is immediately wrong. The room hasn't changed. The light hasn't shifted into warning. The sounds around you haven't turned urgent. These are quiet signals. They don't announce themselves. They don't demand belief. They simply exist underneath the noise of thought, reminding your system that right now is not an emergency. You don't have to hold on to that idea. You can let it pass through, like background music. It still counts. If you notice your mind scanning while you listen, that's okay. Looking for what might go wrong, checking for the next thing to brace against. That habit usually didn't start by choice. It started because staying alert once helped you feel less helpless. So the scanning stayed even when the danger passed. But here, for a moment, you're allowed to stop looking ahead. Not forever, just for now. Nothing bad happens if you let your attention rest instead of reaching outward. You're not letting your guard down in a reckless way. You're giving your system a brief break from a job it's been doing non-stop. You can always return to alertness later. It isn't going anywhere, but you don't need it every second. If your thoughts drift, that's fine. If they come back, that's fine too. There's no correct way to listen to this. You're not falling behind by resting. You're allowing your body to remember what neutral feels like. Even a few seconds of that matters more than it seems. If you're still listening, there's nothing you need to decide. You don't need to know where this is going yet. You can let the words stay in the background, like a steady sound in the room. Not something to analyze, not something to hold on to, just something that keeps you company for a little longer. You don't have to lean in, you don't have to pull away. Being here, halfway attentive, is already enough for this moment. Protection doesn't always arrive in big ways. Most of the time, it shows up as ordinary things that keep repeating. The familiar weight of your phone in your hand, a piece of furniture you've leaned against 1,000 times, a sound you've heard so often it no longer asks for attention. These small things create continuity. They tell your system that this moment is connected to other moments that didn't fall apart, that you've been here before, in rooms like this, with days that kept moving forward. Routine can be a kind of quiet shelter, not because it fixes anything, but because it reduces surprise. Even the most neutral details matter. The temperature of the air, the way your clothing rests on your skin, the fact that gravity is consistent, dependable, unchanging. These aren't dramatic reassurances. They don't promise outcomes. They simply hold the present steady. When everything feels uncertain, steadiness is protection. It's not exciting, it's not inspiring, but it's real. You don't need to search for these moments. They're already happening around you without effort. You're supported by more ordinary stability than your mind usually notices. That support doesn't ask you to believe in anything. It just keeps being there. If part of you doesn't fully believe any of this, that's okay. You don't have to make yourself agree. You don't have to feel reassured for it to still have an effect. Some minds stay cautious because they've learned that believing too quickly can hurt. So they wait. They keep a distance. They listen without leaning in. That isn't resistance. It's protection too. You're allowed to take in words slowly. You're allowed to let them pass without reacting. Nothing here requires an emotional response from you. Even numbness has a purpose. It creates space when things have been too much for too long. It's a way of pacing what you feel so you don't overload. So if you don't feel calmer yet, nothing is wrong. If you feel unchanged, that's still okay. Listening is already participation enough. Sometimes safety isn't felt as relief. Sometimes it's felt as nothing getting worse, as steadiness instead of shift. And even if your mind keeps questioning, your body can still register the absence of immediate threat. That can happen quietly without your permission. You don't need to push yourself toward comfort. You can let comfort approach you at its own speed. There's a kind of strength that doesn't look like confidence. It doesn't feel powerful. It doesn't announce itself. It looks like continuing to show up while feeling tired, like getting through days that don't offer much back, like carrying yourself through moments where no one notices the effort it takes. If you're here right now, listening instead of shutting everything out, that matters. Not because it's brave, but because it's honest. You've been using small, quiet skills for a long time, adjusting, enduring, finding ways to stay functional when things felt heavy or unclear. That isn't something you need to improve or optimize. It's something that already exists in you, whether you recognize it or not. This isn't about turning that strength into motivation. You don't need another reason to push. It's simply about acknowledging that you haven't disappeared, even when it felt easier to. There's a steadiness in that, a persistence that doesn't ask to be celebrated. It just keeps you here. And for now, being here is enough. You don't need to hold all of this with you. You don't need to remember every word. Nothing here is meant to be carried forward like a rule or a belief. Just notice this moment as it is. You are still here. The world around you hasn't asked anything new of you in these seconds. Whatever you're facing can wait a little longer. It doesn't disappear. But it also doesn't need your attention right now. Right now, your body is allowed to exist without bracing, even if that ease is faint, even if it comes and goes. Protection in this sense isn't about the future. It's about the present staying manageable, about nothing breaking through this moment to demand more than you have. And that is true right now. You are not being overwhelmed in this exact space. You are not required to solve anything. If all you take from this is a small sense of steadiness, that's enough. If you take nothing at all, that's also fine. You can let this moment end gently. No rush, no pressure. And when you move on, you don't move on alone. This calm doesn't vanish just because you stop listening. It lingers quietly, ready whenever you pause again.